In 1880s, Herman Hollerith, the computer trail, next takes us to, of all places, the U.S. Bureau of Census. In 1880, taking the U.S. Census proved to be a monumental task. By the time it was completed, it was almost time to start over for the 1890 census. To try to overcome this problem, the Census Bureau hired Dr. Herman Hollerith. In 1887, using Jacquard's idea of the punch card data storage, Hollerith developed a punch card tabulating system, which allowed the census takers to record all the information needed on punch cards, which were then placed in a special tabulating machine with a series of counters. When a lever was pulled, a number of pins came down on the card. Where there was a hole, the pin went through the card and made contact with a tiny pool of mercury below and tripped one of the counters by one. With Hollerith's machine, the 1890 census tabulation was completed in 1/8 the time, and they checked the count twice. After the census, Hollerith turned to using his tabulating machines for business, and in 1896 organized the Tabulating Machine Company, which later merged with other companies to become IBM. His contribution to the computer then is the use of punch card data storage. By the way, the punch cards in computers were made the same size as those of Hollerith's machine, and Hollerith chose the size he did because that was the same size as the $1 bill at the time, and therefore he could find plenty of boxes just the right size to hold the card. In 1939 to 1942, Dr. John Vincent Atanasoff and Clifford Berry. Dr. John Vincent Atanasoff and his graduate assistant Clifford Berry built the first truly electronic computer, called the Atanasoff-Berry computer, or ABC. Atanasoff said the idea came to him as he was sitting in a small roadside tavern in Illinois. The computer used a circuit with 45 vacuum tubes to perform the calculations and capacitors for storage. This was also the first computer to use binary math.
Created using Powtoon.